testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 Hello, everyone. Tonight in Lisbon, Sporting Lisboa welcome SVG LÜNEBURG in the CEV Champions League. Both sides chasing crucial momentum into group play. Testing. It's Thiago Pereira on the wing that puts the ball away. Axel Unlund doing a wonderful job. Shane Halliday, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ball goes to the outside, and it's the Russian general, Sergei Grankin, that is pulling all the strings at the moment. This so far, surely the best performance for Lisboa in this competition so far. Debut season for them. Interesting to see how they fare up against a much bigger, potentially stronger Lüneburg side. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Welcome to Lisbon, where Sporting are up against Lüneburg. It's an unbelievable play to the outside. The Chinese international, Yong Zhen Li, puts it away in the middle for Sporting. And that's why he was the best player in the Chinese league in 2024. Out to the wing again. Sporting are on fire here at home, yet to win a game in the Champions League. Could this be the evening? Welcome to Lisbon for Champions League Volleyball as Sporting take on SVG LÜNEBURG. The home side led by one of the most experienced setters in the competition in Sergei Grankin, a Russian legend, combining veteran poise with domestic confidence. They're on a very good roll at the moment. Top of the league domestically, there is the legend Grankin. They have a lot of experience, but they're looking for their first win in the Champions League. This, their first season in the group stages. Their opposition this evening, LÜNEBURG, top of the Bundesliga, looking for their first title. 2 wins from 4 in this competition so far.
So let's make it simple and make it easy. What do you expect for the game tonight?
I think we're expecting a battle. This pool is super close, so it'll be a fun game and a beautiful gym to play in, so we're really excited.
None. Just one question.
That's it?
That's it. So, Gonçalo, let's make it easy. What do you expect for the game tonight?
We expect a good fight. I think we are in Champions League. We hope for good games, good atmospheres, and we already faced this team once, so we know what they are capable of. We are ready, and we will try to get our first victory tonight.
Thank you. It's done.
Tweeze your eyebrows too if you want.
Well, Sporting looking for that first victory. 4 games, 4 losses so far. Tonight they're up against a very good side in LÜNEBURG, who are now Champions League regulars, going well in the Bundesliga, top at the moment. They've never won a competition, a lot of silver medals, but they are consistent big hitters in this competition, the most prestigious club competition in World Club Volleyball. 2 wins from 4 so far after a win against Rozovia at home, a fabulous win for the away side. It means they've won 2, including the win against Sporting at home earlier in the competition back in December. For Sporting, they will rely on their experience this evening. A great team with ball control, but they were outblocked in that first meeting between the two. And we know that LÜNEBURG arrive here with confidence after winning earlier on in the group phase. But with the home crowd on their side and a little bit of 50 Cent in the locker room, who knows what Sporting Lisboa can achieve this evening. Some great shots coming from the locker room here in Lisbon. A big game. Every game is a big game, even for that man, an Olympic gold medalist for Russia in 2012. His first season here in Portugal. Let's see if the Russian general can steer Sporting to their first victory of the Champions League campaign. Well, a shared beverage for Lisbon before coming out and warming up. We're not far away from liftoff here in Lisbon. Just 11 minutes until the first serve in a Pool D that is very, very tight. Zawiercie leading the way in Pool D, but with LÜNEBURG beating Rozovia, what was a phenomenal win, 3-1, it's tight. It's Sporting looking for their first victory. 7-time Portuguese league winners up against SVG LÜNEBURG from Germany, top of the Bundesliga and in very, very good form. Well, Louis Lett with you in the commentary box for this one. Lovely to have you with us. We know just how special the CEV Champions League really is as we head towards the playoffs, the quarters and the semi-finals. this competition year on year just seems to fly past in the blink of an eye. The top 2 teams in each pool guaranteed a place through to the playoffs. The winner of the pool goes straight through to the quarterfinals, and then the best placed third teams, or the best third placed team in a group, will go through as well. So there's lots to play for. Lüneburg know that that win against Resovia gives them a sniff at second, and it also gives them a very good look at a high-placed third in the pool. Rezov against Zavierci, last year's finalists, will be a humdinger this week in the CEV Champions League. And it's another week that you really can't miss. The likes of Lube away at Montpellier, Perosia away in Prague. So we have a look at the pool so far. Zavierci 4 from 4. Lüneburg in second at the moment. It will be tough here this evening, but if they want to go through to the playoffs, it's a game they really must win. Well, stacked with experience, Sporting. Grankin, surely the starter, but also some experience. Mads Kaed Jensen was at Verona last year, the Danish opposite Edson Valencia. And number 2 in your picture at the moment, Tiago Pereira, the outside hitter. Lüneburg certainly have more physicality. They have more depth as well in their roster. Physicality really a key here, as the likes of Shane Holdaway from the USA, 203, 208, Cole Young has been impressive. A lot of internationals in the German side, just Joris Backhaus, Joshua Kunzmann and Neo Laumann, the 3 German players that play in Lüneburg. A big game coming up soon for them against the Grizzlies at the weekend, but they have to beat this team first. For Sporting, top of the Portuguese league at the moment. And have had a very, very good run in the league as well, just losing once. And that man has underpinned the progress of Lüneburg. He was the best blocker himself in the Challenge Cup, Stefan Hübner, in 2009, 2010. But he's been in Lüneburg as a head coach since 2014. Well, the head man there, João Coelho, a great defensive player from Portugal. This his biggest season as a head coach. First time in the Champions League. We just had a look at Jan Galabov on the outside, formerly of Chaumont, another Champions League regular and an MVP in the European Golden League. As we have a look at Daniel Gruvius, the outside, 20 points in the first game between these 2 teams, but they are stacked. Christopher Byam, Jesse Elsler, who we heard from earlier on, and Jackson Howell from Canada. And for Sporting, well, Grankin is the man to keep an eye out for, but they have a lot of strength in their roster. There's no Yongzhen Lee at the moment for the home side. That will be a big loss. Jan Pokasnik, a long-term Slovenian outside hitter and former international beach player as well. There are the 2 sides. The likes of Gruvius will be very physical. 20 points in that first game. They will rely a lot, Sporting, on Grankin, his experience and his ability to still run a high-class offense. Sporting Lisboa up against SVG LÜNEBURG. in what is a big night for Sporting as they look for that first victory. But if Lüneburg are serious about getting out of this pool with two big sides in Zawiercie and Resovia, they're going to have to take this victory away from home. Just the one set won so far for Sporting in this competition, and that was away in Germany. Since then, they found it slightly tougher, but going to Poland is very tough, and hosting Polish sides very tough as well. The Champions League anthem echoes out around the arena here in Lisbon. Sporting domestic strength and a European learning curve. SVG LÜNEBURG are physical, they're fearless, and have already proven that they can beat tonight's hosts. Can they do it away from home is the question. Fabulous atmosphere here on what is a very special occasion. They've had some success in the Challenge Cup, including last year a third place, won by Lublin. Grankin wasn't here last year. The likes of Kelton Tavares from Cape Verde is still here. Konstantin Jovchev and Bogdan Stojca, the referees for this evening's encounter. A proud moment for both. The 5-time Portuguese Cup winners, the 7-time Portuguese League winners, will have it very tough this evening. As we have a look at previous starts, Kunstmann in the middle, Finnish international setter Santeri Valimar is impressive. Enlund does the opposite. Jackson Howe gets the nod as the middle, and Ethan Champlin, the impressive outsider from the USA who won the NCAA twice under the guidance of John Speror, on the outside. It's a good side. Tonight they'll have to be strong as well. Grankin starts. Valencia is the opposite. Tavares from Cape Verde in the middle with Aguiner, Galabov and Martins, the two outsides. Stefan Hübner, as we were saying earlier on, 12th season with Lüneburg, and consistency really does bring success. João Julio at the other end of the spectrum, really. It's a big learning curve for everyone here at Sporting, as Edson Valencia, the opposite, gets the nod. Formerly of Narbonne, he was the best scorer in the Challenge Cup last year. Lorenko Martins, final one out, his second stint at Sporting, the best outside hitter in French League B a couple of years ago, playing with Metropole. And the libero is the Argentinian Nicolas Perrin, just 167 centimeters, but incredibly strong defensively. The stage is set. Every match day experience different. The crowd loud and proud and behind their team as Lüneburg in the black on the left of your screens, and in true sporting colours, the green and white hoops, and Galabov gets off to the perfect start. And have a listen to this. It doesn't look busy, but it's very, very loud. Serve to position 1. Back through the opposite. First point on the board for Axel Enlund, the Swedish opposite. Scored at 18 points in the home leg. Almost scored 50% of the swings he was given, but crazy thing for Enlund is just how good he is for somebody so young. Former Falköping opposite, still just 18 years of age, and at 18 years of age, you'll see just how good he is. Galabov is going under the net. He certainly hasn't skipped any upper body in the gym. He's opened up his arm there beautifully. He's seen a lot of the ball early on, and that's because Grankin knows exactly what he's doing. One off the hands, tidy. Great start to this game. Both teams have found their pass. And the first ball side out, high at the moment, even when Santeri Valimar has to go chasing for it. Really good stability in the set, just giving height and control. Serve to position 1. Trying to affect Grankin. He has to go to the outside. And this time, there is a block on the wing. And it's the youngster again in Enlund who lines up perfectly on the line. First break for Lüneburg here. Service to position 1 again, trying to really work Grankin, who's struggling for his rhythm to the pipe there, and it brings a good play through to the middle. They go again. Faster to the pin, and it's a block for a block. It's great play all round here. And that man's in the middle of absolutely everything. Jan Galabov in rotation too. We see him score twice on the wing. It's a one-on-one where he just reaches into the angle with the left hand and takes it very, very late. Lüneburg good with the pass at the moment. Perrin with his first big involvement. And in the build-up to this game, one thing that I did notice about Sporting is the pure power that they can play with. They might not always have the precision or the same consistency in terms of making good decisions as Lüneburg and other teams at the top of the Champions League, but they can certainly play with aggression. And that will do them wonders in a lot of games. That's good from Lüneburg, back to the outside. Reveus. He's come through Carnes. It's another block on the outside, though. And oh my days. We're only 8 or 9 points into this game. And Enland almost has more points than his actual age. Big kill. Very well lined up in the block. Serve on the front court receiver. It's a fast one as well. Trying to run the long line there, Grankin, but just getting himself into a little bit of trouble, trapping the hitter, but finding the line with a very good arm. Is Edson Valencia. An early call for the ball, out of rhythm, and that is picture perfect. Spent some time in Tel Aviv as well last season, alongside playing for Narbonne. Cape Verde man, formerly of Benfica, Kelton Tavares. Goes for a bit more of a sliding ball serve towards 5-5. It's always a difficult one to pass that if it's accurate enough. If it's served inside as well, it also puts pressure on the front court receiver to pass and then kick out and swing and hit good angles. Passes off the net, and maybe this is another opportunity to make a break. Not on the outside, and they are not lacking power. Out of system, Grankin again, his hands are forced to go to the outside. But Martins on the pin has been solid so far. Valencia goes for the line but misses out. I reckon Martins somebody that's part of the Challenger winning team for Portugal, with the likes of Miguel Tavares. We'll see him in the Champions League. Will we see him in the Final Four again is maybe the question, but there's been some good players that have come through in Portugal. Tavares really showing the way. And that's good through the pipe. Absolutely battered once again. And it is a man that so far has taken the ball by the horns in Jan Galibov. MVP in the European Golden League in 2022. But the service pressure is there as well. Off the hands this time, and very well done. Galibov has started this game on a heater. Sporting lead by 1. Sho Takahashi, the libero, puts it into a good spot, but again the ball goes to the outside. And Sporting are ready for it. Wow. Galibov this time on the fadeaway. Falling backwards. Started his career off with Praha, also in the Champions League this year. But this is a great run of serves from Martins. Once again, Lüneburg having to be patient here and just try and get arms on the ball in the pass and get off this rotation. The defense is absolutely phenomenal, but Takahashi with the free ball. To the outside they go again. Galibov, who's gone with power, now changes the speed of his arm and his decision to go off of the hands, and that is very smart. Grankin again, tight to the net, feeds the outside. Doesn't get trapped going into the middle, but Grankin pulling the strings here early on. He's never won a CEV Champions League, although he was the best setter in the Bundesliga twice, alongside a lot of Euro volleys as well. Finally, that rotation is done and dusted for the time being for Lüneburg. Just going back to Grankin, he's a 3-time CEV Cup winner, but he's never won the Champions League. Best was a second with Dynamo Moscow. Went back to Russia to coach, and he's been pulled back out to have a year playing in Portugal, and he hasn't lost it, has he? Squares up beautifully and runs the pipe. The pass is there. If you're Lüneburg at the moment, you have every right just to be a little bit worried that Sporting have come out of the traps absolutely firing. Service pressure is too good. Even the float serve to 1 puts the passing unit under all sorts of trouble. Chaplin, formerly of the Grizzlies, under a little bit of pressure. Kunzmann, 22 years of age, 3rd season. His brother also playing in the German league for Friedrichshafen. And the line is open. And in those earlier games, teams have been okay with leaving that man the line and saying, if you hit it, we will give it to you. This is the first challenge of this game. First mistake that we've seen for Enlund. Really started that first game against Lisbon, rested against Rezov in that 3-0 loss, but a slight pause. Lüneburg think they have a case. It's an attack line fault that they're looking at.
Attack line fault, no.
And just behind the white line. So the point goes the way of the away team. I'm sure that's something that they're working on, Lüneburg, with Enlund, is getting him accessing that line just a little bit easier. And those out-of-system plays especially, it becomes very difficult for anyone. Martin's under pressure now. The question will be, can Sporting hold on to their pass under a lot of pressure? Cannon into the angle. Enlund wants to do a bit of everything. He doesn't get this ball back. And in the end, they go to the outside. Gruvius is there. Played in Belgrade. He was also in Hersching in the Bundesliga last season. Already won leagues in France, Serbia, Sweden. Kunzmann already on a good run here. As I curse him. And that ball struggled to make the bottom of the net band. So nothing between them so far. Both teams have had good service runs through Kunzmann and through Martins as Grankin goes on the front court, receiver on Gruvius. So they go through the pipe. And that's great setting. But for Ethan Chaplin, it's his first big play through the pipe where he can just turn it away from the body, evade the block. Formerly of the Grizzlies as well, who Lüneburg have at the weekend. Now home of Cody Kessel, as he made a mid-season transfer. As the Venue Arena getting very excited Grankin goes to the middle. First time in this set for Grankin. You've seen him use the pipe, so he's held the middle nicely. Fed the outsides really early on. But you don't play in as many big games as Sergei Grankin and not know who to throw the ball to in what moment. He has to throw the ball over this time though. Enland on the short one. Through the pipe again. 2 from 2. Absolutely flying through the pipe, but they can take big confidence. Champlin again. Best outside hitter in the NCAA a couple of seasons ago. He won it twice. He's also represented the USA, the Pan Am side in 2024. Grankin back to the middle, 2 from 2. Turning into a very good duel already. That's 2 in a row for Tavares. Part of the bronze team in the Challenge Cup last year, but also 2-time league winner. Once with Benfica and once with Sporting. Into the angle. So high and so smooth, isn't he? Have to say, you can see exactly why Hübner went after the young man. They are young, Lüneburg, and they have had a history of developing young players. Nothing young about that. That's all experience on the right side with Valencia. 36 years of age now, but the experience there, the quick tempo, offensively too fast. Grankin again. I'll tell you what, some of these hitters in the Sporting side must have been counting their lucky stars when they saw that Grankin was coming here. And that's the line ball that they will give Axel Enland. This time, they want to have another look. It's another challenge.
Challenge request by Lüneburg. The reason is
Swedish
ball in or out.
Opposite. I mean, we've seen Isabel Hack for years. That one's in. Absolutely in.
Ball in,
Isabel
out,
Hack.
in.
Steer the Swedish ship indoors. David Alman and Jonathan Helvik, the Olympic gold medalists in beach volleyball, really doing special things in the sport. Sweden having 2 teams in the World Championship final in beach volleyball. But Enland is somebody who can certainly change the game indoors on that right side for them internationally. You know, with the likes of Gruvius playing tonight on the left side, the MVP from the German Super Cup already this season. Sweden are in pretty good shape. Portugal too, with Sporting leading by 1. Takahashi changing positions on the toss and then bringing the middle in. Great work from the libero. Not part of the national team in Japan, but for anyone who follows volleyball will know just how good Japan are technically, defense, ball control. Kunzman back in the game in the middle. 16 apiece. All of these small things adding up. Can't afford to miss too many from the service line now. And nor can the home side. Service substitution. Coming in for Lüneburg. Axel Juhl Larsen another one from Northern Europe. Second season here, the lefty spin server, it's good. Grankin again goes to the middle, but he's off the bench. Larson is making digs as well, and that turns into transition points. And that's why they all go to the young Danish left-handed outside. Another one that's just 21 years of age, but he's come in here, made a serve, and then made a defense that's allowed Gruvius to score on the left side. And that's timeout, high fives all round to the Dane. Well done. That's the sort of impact that Hubner would have wanted.
Let's go, guys. We must don't be passive on the transition balls. Second balls from them or from us. Okay, let's play again.
Fantastic substitute off the bench, impacting the game. Can he steer Lünenburg towards a first set victory? The answer is no. Good timeout. Just stopping the service rhythm before it gets too much. Funny enough, came on for Joshua Kunzman, who had that service run early on. Right-hand side there, Christopher Byam from Canada. Someone who can come off the bench and play in that right side position. Grankin. His Champions League silver medal with Dynamo included the Brazilian great Dante. And he's just sped up the serve and really tests the pass of Lundberg, but they're equal to it. And Enland again just flexing through that right side and scoring. Good set from Valimar again, just running the long line and losing the blocker. The blocker had to shift to the right, had to follow the pass and track the middleman, front him up. But at the same time, the tempo on the pass was so good that it could allow the setup to run the reverse. Another missed serve. That's 3 from the last 4. But I've also never been the world's best at maths. Almost on 2 here. Takahashi's taking a lot of the court as they change position on the toss, and that's only become a thing this year where you can change positions in the rotation. It's another side out, and it's another one for Enland. And this is almost one of the issues that we've seen, that is that he hits that crossbody so well that teams just stay on the cross-court block the whole game and keep giving him the line and say, if you can hit the same percentage to the line, we will give you that. To the outside, block out, almost Engapeth style. Portuguese international comes in incredibly fast. Certainly wasn't taking pace off the ball to be accurate there. He was staying full speed ahead, changing direction to go off the hands. Ace, what a serve, what a serve. Tavares, the Cape Verde man, takes out Gruvius, and Sporting have a 1-point lead at the back end of set 1. It's flat, it's accurate, and it's almost impossible to pass for the Swede.
Don't rush on 4. On 4, you need to close the gap and go.
I don't think there was much you could do about that one. I think you could put some of the best passers in the world in front of that serve and they would all struggle. question is, can Kelton Tavares fire up the furnace once again? And the answer is yes, he can. Gruvius does get that ball in. It's a little bit wide, and they go to the outside, and the service of pressure this time is just drawing the error. And again, that ball just means you lose your rhythm as a setter. And Champlin lost his rhythm as well. 2-point game. Tavares with a couple of kills and a couple of big serves. It's another big serve. It's a great pass from Gruvius this time. But another error on the outside. And it's the service run that's getting Lunenburg in a right pickle at the moment. A right pickle. We all know where that ball's going, but it doesn't mean that you can pass it well enough. And that man has just put the hosts in the driver's seat. Two away. This time to Takahashi through the middle. And that's 3 hitting errors in a row. And you have to say, that one should have been put away. And the experienced Grankin still pulling the odd rabbit from the odd hat. But it's not just him at the moment. There's a challenge coming. And it's well out, but it's more of a tactical one from Hubner, one would say, just to slow this down. Because Tavares really has been the game changer in this game at the moment. You have to say. It's another one to position one. Gruvius under all sorts of pressure. Finally, they side out. They're going to have a chance. But they need 3 breaks to take this to overtime. 3rd time's a charm for Champlin. Lorenko just a bit slow getting off there, but the game's played so fast, you can't really blame him. They have 3 goes at this Sporting for their 2nd set of this Champions League campaign. They do it the first. Sporting at home with a loud crowd have put in some performance to take the opening set here against Lunenburg. 25-21. That was how it was sealed. Through the middle. Grankin goes to the middleman. And he's only used middle 3 times or so in this opening set. That man's been on a heater. Got them off to a very strong start on the outside. Then Grankin went to the middle for a while, through the pipe. And he's just playing his Russian chess game. And for Lunenburg, they have plenty of time. It's just not the start they would have wanted. They dropped the 3rd set in the home tie earlier on in this Champions League season. But I have a feeling that their error count will be pretty high. But the opening set goes to Sporting Lisboa, 25-21. We don't get to see the errors, but more attacks from Lunenburg. The blocks are the same. And you'd say that the errors might just be the difference here. A stunning first set performance can see that they're going for their serves, Sporting. It means they'll miss a few. But Tavares, the difference at the back end of the set. Grankin, a volleyballing legend at the back end of his career. Well, let's see if Lisbon can keep this up, because they've played with power, they've played with strength, and they've played with bravery in the opening set. But set two could be very different. Sporting get us underway, more service pressure in set two, straight to the middle. Perrin does a good job just playing overhand. Remember, 167, so he's going to have to be strong in everything above his head. 3 up in the block, and Enland will be interesting because they are a young team. And if they do lose the opening set, you have to pay attention to how they're going to bounce back, especially against the Sporting side with this much experience. Valencia, strong on the right side, wasn't used much in that first set, but it's because they are so strong. On the outside in the middle, Enland's been shut down again. And now it does get tricky. Vilma goes back to his right side man. And after an error, the youngster can only find the block. The team from Portugal off to almost a perfect start. That was well left from Gruvius, but it's good serving again. They might want to check this one out.
Challenge request by LÜNEBURG. The reason is related to ball in or out.
Interesting. One side sure that it's in, and the ball is out. So that perfect start.
Challenge, ball in or out, ball out.
Never a doubt in his mind, and maybe the coolest man in here, considering his team have just lost the opening set. Grankin also fairly cool, replacing Yuri Sinistya from the Ukraine this year, and Lünenburg maybe through their serve might just get one back, but Valencia again in that right side position just shows that out of system he's out to really break fingers. It's a great set from Nicholas Perrin. First time, or first point of this third set for Enland. And look how far Valencia's in there playing defense, so it shows what they're catering for. His second base there defensively up very high. He's a little bit more into the court, which means they're playing for that steep one. But Sporting have just not taken the pressure off of the away side. Grankin again with speed, and something that we've seen when he played for Russia for so long, his ability to set out of system balls with speed, find the right spot, no matter where he is on the court. Just instrumental to their success in the Olympics as well. Remember, yes, the Mihailov game. Going to floor. Martins keeps the balls alive. Second wave, and that has been spatched from Champlin. And if there's ever a sign that things are not quite functioning, that might just be it. Grankin sticks an arm out it, falling back. Martins. And again, those small things really paying off as Champlin fires one out the back. Champlin's been served short through the middle. The defense is everywhere at the moment. Grankin, no! Stop it, Sergei Grankin. A Champions League legend at 41 years of age. Bosch still got it. And they love it, Sporting. Absolutely love it. The setup is scoring. And fair play to him. Hydration is top of his list in celebration. You have to say, he might be blowing a little bit heavy. But Grankin, a moment to remember for him this evening, even at 41. Serve to position one. Ruvlis under some pressure, Enlund back in the game. It's exactly what Lünenburg needed post timeout. Santeri, Valimar. Sets with great control. It's another spatch. At some point, Lünenburg have to put their best foot forward, otherwise this second set could be over very quickly. Galibov, an inspired performance so far from him as well, but that one's out the back. Is this the start of a Lünenburg comeback? Grankin finding the middle from 3 meters off the net, just getting around, and they'll want that decision, or Grankin wants that decision, but there's a touch off the block. I mean, he's an animated character, João Coelho, and he might just be getting a little bit excited, but one thing he will know, whether he can control it or not is another thing, is that the Champions League game is never over until it's over, and they've got a lot of work to do. But Grankin again, just fizzing the middle. I don't think he's had too many easier kills tonight, Kelton Tavares. Perrin with a very good pass, just holding the platform, creating an angle and rolling into it. Another sliding serve to 5, but we saw him miss that one. Now, the thing is if he has that serve, and he has that really aggressive one to position 1, the 3 passes will shift to position 1 to try and deal with that pass. And if he can nail that one, probably doesn't have to be even as hard as he hit it. He will cause the passing unit a lot of problems. pass into a good zone. Block straight down. And for the first time, the power of Valencia in this set has been stopped by Gruvius. Let's have a look here, and this is what I mean. They do go full power. So if you do line up well, and if the set's not quite in the right position, you will get your block. Out of system. Lüneburg have got their way into this game from a fair few down. Martins, again, loves that ball over the shoulder. Galibov on the pipe, but another smart play from Martins. Him and Galibov been great. They have Pokaznik on the bench if needed. Speed again. And in this aggressive game, if Grankin can set this speed, and Valencia does stay incredibly quick with that arm, the arm there faster than the blocker's hands, and although Gruvius has had him once, it's a good battle on that right side. Let's put it that way. Lüneburg back to 1, now the difference is 3. Takahashi with the ball off the net, reverse pipe. The rhythm not quite there, difficult to run the reverse pipe with that first pass off the net. And it's well read. Jonas Aguirre, he put the ball away to win the first set. Knows the middle is not in the game. And when the middle's not in the game, he's watching for the pipe. Still not backing down. Interesting one, this. A lot of fun. In the middle, work from Grankin. And in this moment, in these situations, you cannot put a price on Grankin's experience. He's running a great game. We haven't seen much of the middle. He's gone to the pins early on. And then he's investing in the middle of the set and sporting of a 4-point lead. Tip off the hands, the pass. And the set rhythm isn't there either as of late. And this could be a long way back now. Valimar struggled finding the reverse pipe, and that one's just a little bit tight. And he couldn't better that ball. Jackson Howe in the middle hasn't seen a lot of the ball so far.
You move around hit inside. Play discipline, please, when it's out of system. Inside your shoulders, shoulder next to shoulder, pressing forward. Yeah, so don't lose it now. Okay? Come on, boys.
Yeah, just wanting more block discipline. You heard shoulder next to shoulder. So they're not drifting in the air if one shoulder drops lower than the other. It means you're going to be late. But it's difficult because Grankin sets with such speed. But with the speed, there's also great precision as well. Martins, fabulous run of serves in the first set. He's missed 2 out the back in the second, but service pressure certainly been one of the key performance indicators of this evening. And that would have been in Coolio's mind coming into this. We're not going to beat the top team in Germany if we give free balls, but now maybe. We were saying earlier how that 5-to-5 ball is a struggle. And that ball just gets on. A man that's been very impressive in Galibov. It's a very good serve from Santieri Valimar. He'll go there again. No, he doesn't. Perrin steps in and he holds his stability in the pass nicely. Although he's moving backwards, he still seems to be pushing into the floor when he passes that ball with his legs. And that just gives him a bit of stability to be able to get the angle out and feeding the middle once more. You have to say that the longer this game goes on, the more you can see the experience of Grankin and the options he uses pulling the strings here. Serve to one's been very good at. Grievous does get off of this side out, but once again, you can see that the rhythm goes to position one. Lüneburg seriously struggling to find the middle. Jackson Howe hasn't really had much to do. I mean, he played in Poitevin in France, the one that played at Trinity Western. A lot of players come through there with Jordan Schnitzer. And have a look at Edson Valencia. Just playing with the crowd. And the crowd responding nicely. Played in Spain and Argentina. He's 38 now, but still doing some major damage. A combined age of 79 on the right side this evening. That's Kelton getting across, but if you're old enough, you're good enough. And they are certainly old enough on that right side. And also, if you're young enough, you're good enough. If you want to flip that way, flip that the other way around. They are young. Lüneburg. It's 6 down. Didn't really see this coming, but Champlin's had to be pulled off. A few hitting errors, and they've all struggled in the reception at times. And this is just the perfect performance at the moment from Sporting. All the talk was about Lüneburg fighting for second in the pool, but this would hurt them dearly. How into the game. Kelton again does a good job of just getting in front of position 5 and slowing the game down. It's another missed serve, but when they do serve in, it's problematic for the young side. How? 27. Zverev scored 6 games, sorry, in the game between these two earlier on. And that's been given in. That's a huge contribution. Hits the seam, hits it well. Perrin and Lorenko sort of look at each other. Somebody loves hitting the ball outside of the shoulder. Hits it outside of the shoulder again. Need to hit themselves out of rhythm. How playing defense, and there's a net touch somewhere. Like to have another look at that one. As it's been called as a hand over from Kelton, maybe being a bit too aggressive with his hand going over the net, but I think if you're João Coolio, those are the sorts of errors that you're okay with your middles making. Still young, Kelton, at 26 years of age. Still probably has some of his best years in front of him, but this evening would be another huge moment they could steer Sporting towards their first Champions League victory. Bit of pressure on the young side now from Lüneburg. More pressure. Axel Juhl Larsen off the bench, serving well in the opening set. And unfortunately forced straight into the shank tank with a beautiful serve from Galabov. We've seen that a lot this evening. And now the young guns from Germany have to hold their nerve. It's a missed serve, but I don't think anyone's going to mind after that ace from Galabov. He certainly put another one on the board. Enlund with the serve. Miraculous work, passing wise. Oh, pinball, 4 touches. Good side out. One that they can find some confidence from. But they need more breaks. And that's maybe just the toss falling a little bit inside from Enlund. And everyone is going to remember this rotation. No one more probably than Daniel Gluvius, who was targeted at the back end of the opening set and really struggled with his serve down the line. He's missed the 2-5. He does go down the line this time. Gluvius deals with it and then through the pipe, absolutely pumps it. It's late, but the visitors are starting to find some rhythm. They've dealt with the Kelton serve. Gluvius getting his own back a little bit from set 1. You think 4 breaks at least needed. Axel Juhl Larsen off the bench, and that is Grankin doing Granking things here. Slightly out of system, playing fast, and still challenging the block of Santeri Villamar. Other setters would go high inside there. But Villamar is beaten because of the speed of Grankin and the speed of Lorenko. To the outside again. The defense in this second set has been upped from Sporting. They've set up very well, but they're pushing Lüneburg for every single point. Valimar, the Brewhouse. Galabov is not only making points on the front court, but trying to get in the middle of the block if the block doesn't form. Miss serves, again doing no favours to Lüneburg, and we'll know that as games progress, if it's not quite there, the pressure behind the service line just increases. And if a teammate misses a serve, the pressure might just build up on you the next time. Lorenko missed a couple out the back. You feel he's just taken 10% off of that for accuracy. They've got the dig on Juhl Larsen. This is to go set point. Enlund, Doug. What a dig from Valencia. Then he says, come on, hit me again. They do hit him again. And then Valencia off the top of the head. Valencia makes the dig. He says, come get me. And then he fires the ball away. And then kisses to the crowd. That's the dig. Come and get me, he says. And then, Bosch. What a play. 38 years of age. Killing it. off the net. They stay in the set here. Lünenburg and their errors in the opening set have given some serious confidence to Sporting, and they've grown. This performance has been very good. It's a long way back from 2-0. There'll be more questions asked of Sporting. They know that Galabov is slightly weaker, passing position 5 with a float serve, but they get the block. Lünenburg go up 2-0, and it's their best performance of the Champions League season against a Lünenburg that really needed to come here and take a victory. They now have it all to do in set 3. Sporting are on a roll here. All of their starting 7, phenomenal. Okay, I don't think many people had this thought coming into this evening, that it would be 2-0, 25-21, 25-19. But at the same time, it's always tough to go away in the Champions League and put in a performance. 18-14 in reception, Lünenburg winning that battle, but 13-7. That's not the return that Hübner would want from his Lünenburg side. And they really do have to pull their finger out in set 3. Otherwise, it looks like they might be going home empty-handed.
Aproveitando também para falar sobre o próximo jogo da equipa de voleibol masculino. É dia do nosso
(25-21), 25-19. Can Lünenburg cut the errors in set 3? Can they stop Sergei Grankin? You can join the conversation online. Hashtag CLVolleyM. Had a great game, hasn't he, Kelton?
Obrigado uma vez mais pela vossa presença. Continuamos a precisar do vosso apoio em todos os lances. Contamos convosco. Vamos, Sporting!
Set 3 underway, and that is the perfect start. Champlin substituted out in set 2, comes back in. and brings some real aggression from the service line. And again. But you have to say, the connection is extremely good between Valencia and Grankin. Quick tempo. He's good at turning it off of the hands as we're going to have to see how set 3 ends out for LÜNEBURG. I just saw there's a start for Cole Young in this set, 2 meters 8 in the middle. It's formerly of Ohio State. And that's one error. We haven't seen many of those from Valencia. It's a good contribution already for Cole Young. Best spiker in his conference whilst playing for Ohio. Fortunately, at that time, into the net, but this is better for LÜNEBURG. Remember, they started incredibly slow. But it's the service pressure of Sporting they really do have to try and absorb here. Champlin back in to pass at 6, and it is Champlin who's targeted by Grankin. Enlund off the hands this time, just gets his wrist away and off the hands. Well found from Valimar. Galibov. Be interesting if the likes of Galibov and Valencia can just hold their level. Vital players on both pins here this evening. That pass still just isn't quite there for Grankin. Galibov has to get smart. It just shows that he has the ability to really think in the moment and not quite gun every ball like he certainly has the capability to do so. Jan Galibov. Been the best server in Polish 1 Liga. MVP in the European Golden League as well, but he really has been a big performer this evening. Gruvius. Still a problem this for LÜNEBURG. They might be leading by 1 and be a break up, but it still just isn't clicking. And with Kelton behind the service line, he could just tee up 2 or 3 serves in a heartbeat that's going to put the reception under the pump. Gruvius the target. He's well oiled now to that serve of Kelton after Kelton got the better of him at the back end of the first set. Kelton's ace right to the sideline was the real difference. Got things moving, but Enlund also off the ball just shows that he has range in his arm and can just chop the ball in between position 1 and 2. But the service pressure has to be there from LÜNEBURG. And at the moment, they want this point, the visitors, but it's gone off the hands, through the pipe. If you do have time, just keep watching Grankin. Any young setter, just his decision-making. His technique is one thing, he gets around the ball. Great tempo. But his decision-making this evening has been excellent. When to bring players into the offense, when to spare them. And they can't afford this, Sporting. They certainly cannot afford to go 2 sets to 0 up and then take their foot off the gas or think that they have won this game. Martins. Valencia gets blocked this time. LÜNEBURG are getting their way right back into this game. Someone's got the job of coming in and wiping up Valencia's sweat. Don't want it to be slippy out there. Rankin with no real option there. The ball's too far off the net, and that brings the block defense into the game. It just shows again, Valencia at times goes with the hammer, even when that ball's not quite there. We saw previously Galabov just get a bit craftier. Perrin, again off the net. Again, Valencia's going to swing hard. He has no other way. What's going on here? Valencia's agitated, but Grankin goes to the middle. And the errors are now coming. LÜNEBURG have got the lead that they've wanted for the last hour. Timeout taken. Fascinating game now, because this is the first time that LÜNEBURG have had any control out here.
Let's make it harder for them. Stay straight, press forward. Okay? They have to do good swings.
Let's go. Play with purpose.
That's on two. 1, 2.
Yes.
Stay straight, press forward. Make them hit good angles. They are bigger, but they have been beaten in the block too many times this evening so far. The home fans refuse to be quietened. Ball's off the net again for Grankin. The pass has gone, and that's a problem. But in the end, the rhythm again from Valliman not quite there through the pipe. And those are the things that we've seen this evening that show he's still developing in lots of ways. The Finnish setter. We saw the disconnect with the back pipe in the first set. Grankin was also under pressure though off the pass previously. Martins has the ability to get on a run. Takahashi, fabulous cover. Enland to the line this time and scores. Takahashi will get a pat on the back. That's for certain. Aguinair does well to get across on Champlin. Enland squeezes the line past Perrin. I think Perrin's happy with the block alignment. If LÜNEBURG do things well, Sporting are happy to give them the point. More things we're seeing from Galabov here that is impressive. Not just a banger of the ball. Happy to get creative when he needs to, and that's a couple of times we've seen him tip that ball over his left shoulder. Perrin with a better pass this time. Grankin can set against the flow. Well, we get to see the issue at the moment. Gruvias just getting some treatment. Could be a break that Sporting are quite happy for, even though they're serving, so they want to try and find some momentum as quickly as possible and get things moving in their favour. They're staying in there here, though, and that will give them great confidence. They had a small deficit to come back from in the first. Again, the serve to 1 is an issue, but in that situation, there was no angles really open for Gruvius. He just stays fast and off the hands. Champlin does a good job of getting the ball in. It's a little bit off the net, but they side out. Martins has to wrestle a bear to get that ball in, but Valencia puts the ball away. You can see Martins fighting for every little bit of stability. He takes it low, falling backwards, but he's pushing forwards. Valencia flowing through that right side. Still a 3-point game. There's still a big opportunity here for Lisbon. Grankin serving, that's a big moment. How they deal with this could be match defining, and they don't deal with this. Kelton, maybe the first mistake he's made in this entire game, doesn't close out in the block. It gives Gruvius a little bit of an easier out. Good from Gruvius. Kelton frustrated with himself. Gets him straight back in the game though, Grankin. Wants him firing up. Wants him to forget about the blocking error. This is another big point. They can't afford to see it go to 5. Oh, and it's in. It ain't pretty. But it does not matter. Not a memorable play, but a crucial one all the same. They're finding a way just to hang here. And for Coolio, the head coach of Sporting, will give him confidence because he's seen his team get on runs before. Grankin gets caught going backwards. When the ball is set on the pipe. You have to move backwards to try and take those angles defensively, but he's still just moving backwards. Back to the opposite. And Grankin trying to spread the play, and he does spread the play. It's a great set. A blind set from Grankin. A set that just shows how much control he has with the ball in his hands. It's not the way he's usually setting the ball. Facing 2 and setting 4, but the ball just drops in the perfect zone here. Inside, come and get it, Lorenko. That's exactly what he does. Maybe those couple of, or the error in the block, matched with that scruffy kill, has just got into the head of Kelton. Ripper of a serve. Lorenko Martins is there again. Valencia gets beaten. Good cover. Has to make that read and really get pulled into the middle of the court. Those small things are adding up. This time for Lundberg. Martins under pressure in the pass. Grankin has been out of system more than he would have liked in this set and more than we've seen from Sporting. It's better serving from Lundberg. That's why Valencia, he struggled to score as freely as we've seen in the first 2 sets. They're getting asked more questions now as Grankin again comes through from 6 and just sets crazy well, but he loves coming in from 6 and setting the butter. It's not there this time to the line. 6 points now the difference. Lüneburg right back in this game.
Catch the opportunities. Don't be rushed to get in the game. Okay, they are aggressive on the high ball. We cover, we dig, prepare well the points, one after the other. We don't need to kill any ball, any serve. Uma de cada vez. Uma de cada vez. E não é para largar. E não é para largar o serve. Bora, caralho, bora.
Is it the start of a reverse sweep? Or can Sporting just keep that bravery from the service line and try and catch the momentum? A double substitution. Matskaya Jensen coming in, the opposite, with Armando Velasquez, the Venezuelan. Still no joy for Valencia. They're having to really work hard for a run here. Sorry, Armando just coming in 1 point later. Julio wanting to play with his biggest side out there to try and make a block. He's going to have a look in transition here. And that's a great set off the bat. Goes with the reverse pipe, and it's perfection. Shows that Sporting have two very good setters, but Lüneburg, again, physically, when they are in rhythm, tough to stop. And the away fans now cheering. Funny how things can change. In the blink of an eye. Lüneburg have gone up a gear, knowing that they've got to push to win this in 5. Sporting have just dropped off due to that added pressure. Net touch called though.
Challenge request by João. The reasons related to net touch.
Well, a challenge for the net touch.
Challenge net touch. Yes.
Pretty clear.
The challenge decision resulted in a service for Sporting.
Good challenge, Cole Young. 208. Means the movement laterally could be tougher, but his job is to take space and be high and hit angles, and he does both of those things incredibly well. He might get pulled in here as Perrin put to the floor. You have to say, impressive coming back. And the service pressure, the aggression has been there, and that's into the net this time. And this is the problem that Sporting have faced. They've come out and put on such a show for 2 sets. And now they're struggling to get on top of Lüneburg. The momentum truly shifted back to the away side. 3 in the pass. Champlin, who's found his best form in this third set. Perrin that's gone to the floor. Free ball, chance to go back to Enland. And Sporting will be getting ready for a fourth set here, surely. The lefty just off of the bench. Kayed Jensen puts the pressure back on. Again, having a left-hander on this side certainly helps. In some ways, can just come and get that ball early. Marek Schottler had a great season in the Champions League last season, the lefty at Hogbank. Can just get their feet to the ball early, can play a little bit quicker. It's the offense that they like to play, especially with Grankin. Short ball, very well done from Takahashi. If they side out here, it's all because of the libero, and they do side out here, and the libero gets a pat on the back. So good from Takahashi, so good to side out. They found their level, Lüneburg. The pass is gone. They start high up on the float serve, try and take some angles and also open up the overhand one, but if that ball's fast and you have to try and track it back, it's very difficult. They do draw the error though. They maybe struggled in the pipe this evening more than we've seen in other games this season in the Champions League. They go to the middle. They miss out there. They missed 2 in a row. Champlin again just steers that ball in and doesn't take that ball too early, but he absorbs it. Creates the angle off of his arms very nicely. 3 away then for Lüneburg. And what's been another set that's been controlled by one team and the other team folding. Kayed Jensen erroring. And if I'm Sporting now, I would be seriously planning for the next set. And Coolio will be having to choose his words wisely to his team to try and pick them up. He won't want this going to 5. But sometimes if you're searching for your first win of the season and you've had to work so hard, that final step to win the third set can often be the toughest. The 5th set would be great for the neutral though, wouldn't it? The youngsters, the physical side from Lüneburg up against the experience, the likes of Grankin and Valencia, and I feel like that's probably why Grankin's been brought off. Just have a rest, get yourself ready for the next set, recharge. Because Sporting are going to need their legend to try and win this in 4. Plenty of swings for it. Thud. And another error. They'll look for a touch. Hang on a minute. They've got the touch by the looks of it. Champlin puts the third set to bed. Better for Lüneburg. Came here as favourites away from home, having won the home leg. And that's how it finished. Champlin substituted in the previous one. Certainly did him some good. He's come out and played so well. The serve has been there, it really has. The pass improving. And Sporting have just fell away, really, which is disappointing for them. 25-21, 25-19, and then 25-16. With set 4, one where Sporting will really have to have a good look at their attitude and how they're going to come out and play. They stay aggressive for sure, but they've just got to tidy up their game. Grankin will certainly come off the bench and start again. 14 attacks to Lundberg. It's a completely different set than the last one statistically, and funny enough, it was a different performance, and well done to Lundberg. This game has all the potential to go the distance. Remember, Frederikshavn won this competition in 2006, 2007. And for Germany, that was the last time and the only time a club has won the CEV Champions League. Lundberg trying to put their best foot forward to win this in 5. Two-one. Let's see what set 4 delivers for us. We've had some glorious moments here this evening. Lisbon, again, looking for that first Champions League win. It would mean so much to them. It would certainly knock some wind out of the sails of Lundberg in what is a very close group. But we feel that psychologically here, Sporting have got to get off to a good start and try and put the pressure on the visitors. Granking is back in, Valencia is back in as well. Takahashi playing, moving backwards. Valencia playing defense. They're going to have to play this? No. Close. Emlens, after a lot of errors and struggling with his momentum in the second set, is coming in very handy. One off the hands, and he's been targeted in this Champions League at times in the block. Maybe that's something as a youngster that you have to really work on training, is the press and making sure you're in the right position and solid in the air. Grankin trying to force the issue, but that's how Sporting took a 2-0 lead this evening, by forcing issues from the service line. Perrin Oh, it stays up, off of the foot. But through the middle with a thud. Pinball from Sporting. Kelton Tavares, maybe more luck than judgment, but the free ball gave a real opportunity for LÜNEBURG. And there was a team with so much momentum. And now not much going the way of Sporting Lisboa here. Martins just had to try and shovel the ball over. He couldn't quite get into play defense, and I think that's what he was bothered about. Can't afford to miss too many serves, LÜNEBURG. That will be something that just takes the pressure off the reception of Sporting, and they have been under some pressure in this last set. 2 up. Just remember, 41 years of age, and just remember, the man hitting at 18. Two players at very different parts of their career. Well, that cross-body swing is pretty good, isn't it, from Axel Enlund. Perrin again, getting that ball into a spot. Valencia swinging hard again. No touch. He's sort of arguing for it. And the errors are just coming thick and fast. And you feel that the more that LÜNEBURG take a lead, the more errors that come from Sporting. And they just have to be mature here and not try and do too much to get themselves out of this fiddle. But another missed serve still gives them a chance. This man's serve is a problem. And it is a real big problem. Right on cue. Kelton Tavares, a 5-serve run in the opening set. And if he can just ruffle a few feathers, and he goes to 5 again, that's a tight one. Grankin plays defense, has to go away. Valencia goes high, and it is another break. We're back all square. Kelton Tavares is a key cog from the service line, not just in the middle. Martinez again having to play. It's a great set from Martinez. Perfect from where he is to find Valencia from the advertising board. Galibov goes straight over to him because he knows it's special. Another one that just drops short on Gruvius. He's gone after Gruvius all game long. That's inside from Enlund, and that one's not one that you want to put away. The coach says that's my bad, João Coelho, because he set the team up for the cross-body hammer, and that set's just a little bit tight, so he brings the tip in, and he's got nobody defending the sharp angle at one, and Grankin sort of gives his coach a look to say, I think that one's on you. In. I was about to say it's a third missed serve in quick succession for LÜNEBURG. It's not. It's absolute perfection. Through the seam, on the baseline. Galibov knew it. And it's 2 in a row. And having missed some, LÜNEBURG, 2 big rips to the seam. Galibov has to move for that one, but he's not quick enough to match the arm speed and the physicality into the ball from Enlund. Timeout taken from Sporting.
let's play the side out. Don't put pressure on us.
Side out, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Julio asking for side outs, but it's his timeout that's a massive game changer. Valencia. He's only got one gear, and that is to go full throttle. He goes full throttle. It's a great serve. Grankin gets the rob of the green off the hands. Just. And you can hear a few in the arena. Relieved reactions. It's a great read to get across from Enland. I think it was Santari Valimar, but Valencia's heating up again. We're all tied. Some questions now for Hübner, just as they start to look comfortable in this game. Lisbon start to throw the kitchen sink at them from behind the service line. And it's just whether that man can stay composed and stay controlled in his actions. 3 in the pass, off the top of the net, bam, pancake from Gruvius. Champlin from downtown, what a rip that is. An unbelievable rip off the higher ball. Galibov slightly frustrated. Martin's just saying, no problem. Bringing a little bit of calm to the situation. But that from Gruvius could be worth its weight in gold come the end of this set. Hit through the seam, that's where that man should have been. He was a little bit late getting there. And in turn, that's why they didn't side out. But the missed serves keep coming from Lüneburg. Maybe that's missed serve 4 or 5 in this 4th set. The serve was certainly functioning for them in set 4, but at the moment, Sporting are having the better phase of the game in the serve, but it tested the pass, and Young gets involved in the game. He's been good since coming off the bench, Cole Young. Played in the NCAA up until the end of 2024, so it's only his 2nd professional season. Oh no! Ace serve, Lüneburg, it gets Valencia. Lorenko left it to go out, and Valencia not really paying attention. But again, Cole Young, as good as that ace was, misses the next one. Still too many missed serves as it stands. Valencia's still apologising, but I think Julio is trying to keep him aggressive, saying keep going. He's 38 years of age. Surely he's learned that mishaps happen. Takahashi does well to get underneath that one. How good was that from Takahashi, just to slide underneath the ball and to get it up. Valencia does stay aggressive. Takahashi steps in on the free ball nicely. Into the angle, 3 in the defense. It's just getting more interesting, this game. It's not perfect volleyball from either side, but they're fighting. He's having a good game, Takahashi. They always go on Galibov in this rotation. Galibov does a bit of DIY, takes it overhead. The easiest way to cut the angle off and to get the ball into Grankin's hand is to play that one overhand. Does it nicely. Service pressure still coming. Pipe pressure, very good. Valencia takes a step in to try and help, but Champlin knows where he's going there. The quick attack opens up the ball to position 1. We have another look in slow-mo. Kelton goes with the middle. Valencia knows it's going to the pipe, but he's just not quick enough to get across into seal. Kelton says, I sort of got pulled into that one, but he had no choice. Didn't commit with the middle, but also didn't leave the middle. Pressure now on Sporting after a pass, 3 up in the block. Everyone knew where the ball was going. It made it very difficult. Look at Enland, 18 years of age, but he's right in the thick of it. Animated, giving everything he's got. Out of system, high inside set was good, but maybe turned to the line a little bit early there in his approach and didn't really give himself anywhere to go. Enland does make a block this time. Ace. Long way back here for Sporting. Psychologically, you feel like it's gone. And that's why Coolio's called a timeout. They need to shake this off. They were trading. Wasn't always pretty, but they were scoring.
4, 5 in a row. This is Let's be continuous. Vamos tentar ter continuidade nas nossas bolas. Tá? Andamos atrás, encostamos, vamos tentar manter o jogo aí. Bola pesada só, se eles enrolam, nós protegemos o lado mais forte. It's not, they are not having as much middle. Now they will play. Now the setter is comfortable to play. But the opposite and wings, opposite and wings. Let's play our game. Let's do it. Hey, some energy, let's go, Ale!
Of a crazy game here. Sporting looked like they could go out and put in a performance against anybody in the world in the first 2 sets. Grankin pulling those strings, and now nothing really going their way whatsoever in sets 3 or 4. Kunstmann Valencia's off Kied. Is in. It looks like he's going to have to get himself ready for a 5th set. It's a like-for-like swap this time, so Grankin stays as the setter. And the lefty comes in. Pass has been so much better from Lundberg. There'll be a challenge. But you do feel that they've certainly upped their game. But Sporting haven't quite managed to push back. And when you've been doing the pushing for the first 2 sets, the opposition push back. It's vital that you don't fall away. There's a lot at stake here for Lundberg as well. That 2nd position in the pool. They have a lot to fight for. They want a block touch. Big touch off the hands.
Yes.
It's another one that goes away at Lundberg.
The gentleman's decision results in a service for LÜNEBURG.
going to come down to belief, really, for Sporting. So there's another substitution coming in, and here is Jan Pokusnik. First season joining from Ljubljana, played in Bucharest beforehand, Switzerland as well. Also played on the beach for a long time with the legend that's Nate Zemiak. Team that could have done very well on the beach, but Pokusnik always playing professional indoor and only being able to play in the summer months. But somebody that was part of the European Championship silver medal winning team in 2015. That was the year that France really announced themselves back at the top of the game. The likes of Grupenikov and Tilly, Engapeth, all part of that side. But think about the Slovenian team there as Kajed goes off the block. That was a team that included the likes of Clement Chabul, Tina Renaud, Alan Pajenk, Jan Kozamernik, Alan Skett, Gregor Ropret. A lot of players that have gone on to do some great things. If you remember that team, Slovenian team that Pokusnik played for, it was underneath the guidance of Andrea Gianni. No stranger to a volleyball court or a television screen in the volleyballing world. Ked off the hands this time. Ljubljana just trying to silence Sporting here.
Keep going. That's a 2-1-2. Dance. Take breaks, take breaks.
That serve again. Big side out. That will make Hübner a very happy man. Pokusnik beaten defensively. Great pass as well. There is no perfect play there for Ljubljana. Right to the sideline. Gruvius. Those are the things that the stats won't tell you. If that's a one-point pass, it's an unbelievable one-point pass. Rankin finds the middle from anywhere. And if you're Sporting, you'll be slightly annoyed that you sort of dug yourself a big hole midway through this set, because their volleyball is getting better and their service pressure is there as well. 3 up in the block. Anybody there? Perrin is there. This might come back. No. That's a big chance at this stage of the set. Bodies are going to the floor. It's a high inside set from Valimar. It's good. Champlin does a fine job of just using that set and scoring. Well, hang on a minute. This is something that I missed, and we hope that it's not a problem for Lorenko Martins. It's a player that they certainly can't afford to miss. Okay, ball goes down. We've seen Martins go a few times straight into the ref's post. 3 times in this set already that we've seen him fly towards something courageously. Could be a benefit for Sporting. Gives them some sort of rest and a chance to maybe just reset a little bit might just burst a slight bubble for LÜNEBURG, who have got everything going their way at the moment. It looks like Martins is okay to continue. Well, he's not, and Thiago Pereira has to come in. Experienced outside, he's played in Austria for a short period of time, but he's been there since 2021, 34 years of age. His first job is to pass, and he passes great. Ked shut down though, very square on. There's a lot of the bench playing here for Sporting. Grankin goes to his opposite man. He backs in the big situation, and Kayed, have a look at that. A lot of Northern Europeans on the court at the minute. 5 sets looking very likely tonight. He's got an awful lot right so far, hasn't he?
Net touch.
No.
Net touch.
No net touch. No problem either.
The challenge decision
for LÜNEBURG. They've just been more consistent with their level. Sporting have shown signs of why they won the opening 2 sets, but they haven't managed to maintain it. Wrestled in again from Perrin. Thiago off the bench. You can see how much that first kill means to him. Kicks out, kicks in well, drives it off the body. He's aggressive, but aggression hasn't been a problem for Thiago Pereira. Galibov is now in on the front court for Pokasnik. Pokasnik just coming in to play defense. It's something that Galibov has suffered with a little bit. Float serve to 1. That's an issue. Galibov beaten in the joust. And those things are the things that have to go Sporting's way. Well done from Valimar. Puts one on the scoreboard for himself, but it was tight. Almost forced the issue for him to go over on the second touch. Cole Young replaced for Yul Larsen. We know why. Grankin. You go on a double, I'll go on a second ball as well. It's a big difference to make up in a short time. But for Grankin, that might just hold the middle. He went anyway on Aguinair. Volleyball absolutely loving it. Another tight one. 3-second touch. Dumps in a row. Takahashi finds the funny side of it. Enlund, who's been scoring freely as well. It's tight. It's a lefty dump this time. Nobody really in that base position defensively to play defense on it. They play very narrow on that side defensively. Galibov scores.
Van Sporting, Van Sportingistas.
Rankin once again. Doesn't hold back from behind the service line. He knows his team just let this slip halfway through this set. Luvius, 2 away from sending us to a 5th. Just sense that there's still a bit of belief here from the Sporting side. Pereira back to the front court. Kidd, 2 who started on the bench, the only one who hasn't is the Cape Verde middleman, Kelton Tavares. Another one scores through the middle this time. Defensively, they've gone a bit astray. Gunzman, higher ball to the middle, but he is so big, it's just a long lever over the top that beats Sporting's defense. Set point for Lundberg to take us to a 5th here in Lisbon. Rankin. Through the hands once again, Pereira hasn't put a foot wrong since coming off the bench. The question is, João Coelho, he's got some decisions to make. He has to figure out which players have the energy. Does he stay with Kidd on that right side, or does he go with Valencia? Valencia's been a match winner at his best. That man has served tremendously throughout. Kelton Tavares. One man that you are never service subbing in a game. Set point still for Lundberg, 3 of them, and the timeout's taken.
Stay relaxed.
Just to try and stop this man from serving the home team back into the game.
Let's go. Playing really well on high ball right now. Hey, hold the ball.
Let's go. We keep one ball.
That's up 2-1-2.
Just hear some things like wanting the ball. In the big moments, you need your big players to step on up and be brave. Kelton again with a huge, huge serve. Chance with the free ball. They've got to put this away. No. But they do battle through. Kidd does find 6. Kelton serving has been a problem all evening long for Lundberg. And now the pressure is back on their shoulders. Kidd, why he's so useful at his height, can pick a winner from anywhere. Needs to keep focus here. Kelton off the top of the net. He does stay relaxed at Takahashi, but the error comes from Enlund. And this is a wild, wild time of the game. Kelton Tavares picks position 1. And it is causing all sorts of danger and problems and vulnerability from Lundberg. The hearts of the locals are beating fast here. Kelton again. It's off the net. They need to find a winner. Enlund the target. Block. Great cover. This for the set, but no. From 5 down. Sporting are back in this game. Kelton Tavares, under so much pressure, has delivered blow after blow. Aguinair gets the block, but he's on an absolute tear. Pereira, so good since coming off the bench, and how many times do we see that? He served 4 or 5 in a row. And you get back to the one that does count so very dearly, but not quite as much as the ones before. And it opens the door for the youngster. 18-year-old England. For a Lüneburg side that have missed a lot of serves this evening, Ked, he's been dug. It's got to come over this time. It's going to be Ked again out of rhythm. Takahashi, and out of bounds. Sporting are digging very deep here. Faster tempo, gets away from the body. Enlund, superb. And it's a great set from the middleman, Aguinet. It just shows that the middle's under pressure when they need to be relaxed. Certainly can be. The ball control so good. The substitution. Ked. Big serve. They might want to review this. They might want to challenge it. No. Takahashi have to use all of his experience there and all of his ball flight skills. Hang on a moment. Julio not happy. The fans not happy here. It's another set point. They've had a lot, and it's a missed serve. Lüneburg have had a lot of chances. They've also missed a lot of serves. The local fans have had a fabulous evening. Thiago Pereira has come off the bench. He's put Takahashi under pressure. It's a good pass from Takahashi, though. Does bring the block into the game. Massive point. Lüneburg to side out. Smart from Gruvius. I think Grankin's looking for the throw here, saying that it was throwing downwards. Grankin, it just shows at 41 years of age, has not left or lost his competitive edge. So there was a dump through the block. Grankin fuming. Another missed serve. And the belief in the Sporting side, as it stands, is huge. In their own head, they're saying, we don't know if Lüneburg really want it here. Lüneburg have so many serves. A man that showed a clutch under pressure, Aguinet. The pass is a little bit off. They go to the middle. Shrewd. Great time to bring the middle in from Valimar. He's got full trust in Kunstmann. Team top of the Bundesliga have another set point in what has been a fabulous fourth set. No set has been this close. They go after Galibov again in this rotation. Galibov stays aggressive and goes off hands. He's been served almost every ball on the inside in this rotation. When the opposite's on the back court, they try and take him out the game. Galibov does not want to be taken out the game. The pressure here is on Lüneburg. And Sergei Grankin, a man with all that experience, tries to go high risk to swing the game. And the former Berlin man, the former Dynamo Moscow man, has given another set point to Lüneburg. Still chasing their first match point here, Sporting. Wow, Ked. That was borderline dirty. The lefty in the rotation on that side has to get inside the ball. And he's incredibly aggressive to beat the block. They side out again. Gabalov, that's a good serve. Takahashi, great pass, absorbs it. Oh, it's tight though. And this could be the first time that Sporting have a match point. It is. Takahashi with a great pass. Valimar lets the hands get slippery in there, and it's tight to Enlund, and Pereira sweeps up an easy block. Now, Sporting, remember, 4 down, 24-20 at least, have their first match point. No! Enlund somehow keeps the ball alive. through the middle. And Sporting have made history here in the CEV Champions League. Their first win, backs against the wall. And they've come back to win 3-1. Mission impossible in set 4 has been completed. The young Lüneburg side were in control, and it's that man who saves the day again for Sporting. Kelton Tavares has a little smile to himself. 4 or 5 serves in a row to bring it back to 24 all, and a kill to seal the deal. What a performance for Lüneburg. It's a serious dent in their hopes. Of coming top 2 in Pool D. There you have it, 31-29. And how many set points do they have against them? Sporting Lisboa take it 3-1. And set 4, one of the most entertaining sets of this season. We've had some game. The overall stats, Lüneburg better reception, 52-50 in attacks, blocks. So that must mean the errors cost them. The service errors certainly cost them here this evening, especially at clutch time. Too many missed serves. Sporting served their way back into the 4th set, and it will be a night that the club and the fans really do remember.
Entregue o MVP para o atleta do Sporting Clube de Portugal, com a camisola número 5,
Grankin given the MVP award, and nobody argues with his impact on this team, pulling the strings in big moments. He can orchestrate the offense. You have to feel that Kelton Tavares could not have been far away in terms of how he performed from the service line. The difference between the two teams, though, Grankin, the way that he is the playmaker, but Kelton Tavares also deserves a special mention for serving Sporting away in 2 sets this evening. A fabulous performance from the man from Cape Verde.
Parabéns, equipa. Obrigado, Sportingistas. Amanhã, 19h30, basquetebol masculino a contar para a FIBA. Contamos com o vosso apoio. Vamos tentar defrontar a equipa eslovaca do Privica. Basquetebol masculino amanhã, FIBA, 19h30. E o voleibol masculino volta no sábado.
They deserve every single clap this evening.
Sábado, 3 da tarde.
Sporting Lisboa, led by 41-year-old Olympic gold medalist from 2012, Sergei Grankin. He shows he certainly still got it. João Coelho in there. There'll be no man prouder than that man. 4 losses, now 1 win for Sporting Lüneburg. 3 losses and 2 wins. It's a problem now for that push for second against Rzeszów. With the next games next week, Sporting against Rzeszów, Zawiercie against LÜNEBURG, and the Rzeszów-Zawiercie game up tomorrow evening in what should be an absolute corker. Valencia, so influential. In those opening 3 sets, but Ked off the bench came on and really showed the depth in the team.
King, congratulations, this is a story queen. How do you feel to receive the winner, the man of the match, sorry, how do you feel?
I think this is like the present for team, not only you. Without the guys, I can't take this gift. That's we play all together today and fight till the end.
If this game was as a soundtrack, what would it be? What would it will be?
I didn't
if this game as a soundtrack,
yes.
What do you choose?
I don't
Which
know,
one?
something happy.
Bye, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Something happy, the soundtrack for Sergei Grankin, who was obviously put on the spot there a little bit. Although we would have got a very good look into his music taste. But the big news is that he put it all on the team, and rightfully so. He's the playmaker, the Russian general. But he's a man that's won medals, 3 podiums in Champions League. History for him was brilliant with Berlin. He's come back to haunt Berlin's biggest rivals this evening, LÜNEBURG, who will need to now bounce back in the league before a big game away in Zawiercie. And that is a massive... here of a memorable game in Lisbon. And that's how it finished. Brilliant for Sporting Lisbon, their first win in the CEV Champions League. Well, it's a full week of Champions League action. A great way to kick us off. We look forward to seeing you again next time. For myself, Louis Lett, and the team, it's goodbye for now.